Hello everybody, we are at one of the finest tennis clubs in the world. It's got a rich and beautiful history. Look it up online, St George's Hill Lawn Tennis Club. I'm a member and so is the person I'm talking to this afternoon, the British number 3, Harriet Dart. Hello Harriet.
Hello.
Harriet, it's absolutely lovely to see you. Look, we're on the indoor courts at St George's Hill, which is your club and mine. It always comes up, and I know you're a very strong character and everything else, but you know, you're public as well. People know who you are. Do you get aggro on social media, and how do you deal with it?
Yeah, I think everyone experiences different forms, especially after matches. I think you seem to get a lot of abuse, regardless whether you win or lose. And
after matches?
Yeah, it's a really strange concept. I always think that people are essentially behind a keyboard and slating you. It's bizarre to me.
Do you ever go back to them and tell them what you think?
No, because I think that gives them satisfaction if you
Do you
actually
not
reply.
ever have a weak moment and say, okay, if you want to, you don't? I bet you feel
no,
like
but I remember showing my dad some of them, and he was in literally disbelief with some of the wording and stuff. And I always find it interesting that social media platforms, they don't block some of the language that some of the people use. I always find that bizarre. Right. But I think in any sport or any background or any industry, when you are public, you're always going to get abuse. So I think it's just important to remember who the people around you is really important, your support network, and also the people that matter to you, because essentially these people, I don't know them, they don't matter to me. So you have to always bring yourself back to that, even though sometimes it can be hard when you say you've lost a really tough, you've fought so hard, you've lost 7-6 in a third in like a 4-hour marathon, and someone's just hurling abuse at you on social media. Yeah. It's not always easy. But again, like I said, it's so much about your support network and just remembering that they don't matter.
I want to find out where they work. who they're hanging about with. I want to know what pub they drink at. I want to know where they live, and I want to go and tell them off.
The thing is, I always think they would never say this to your face, so why would you write it?
But that's very bright and very intelligent and very well balanced. You must teach me. Is this your psychologist speaking, or is this you speaking? That's very full of equilibrium. I get. Perhaps a boy's reaction is different from a girl's reaction.
I always think,
Was your father livid? Did he feel like stomping out and protecting his daughter?
Oh, for sure. Numerous times, I think on certain cases, when it gets extreme, you can report it.
Yeah, that's true.
Which I always think, it's great, you can report it, they remove it and everything, but then, what's stopping them from making another account? So it comes this like awful vicious cycle.
Sometimes when you front people up, they back off. But your approach is every approach is right for the individual, and you seem to have it sorted out.
If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it, right?
Harriet, you're a nice person. I bet you're not as nice to play against. One day, I'm going to find out. Other little things. Who's your best friend on tour?
Who is my best friend on tour?
No one, hate everybody.
From a British point of view, it's Katie Dunn.
Uh-huh.
We've known each other. We've grown up together. She's a year older than me, and we have such a great friendship.
Do you send each other stupid WhatsApps?
We do.
If WhatsApps...
We send each other gifts, especially she was in isolation, so I sent her a nice gift.
You sent her a gift?
Yeah, I sent her a gift when she was in isolation.
What was it?
Brownies. Brownies.
Did you?
Yeah.
Have you got a friendly brownie shop?
Do you know Lola's Cupcakes? They do like really good delivery service, so I sent her some brownies. And equally, I happened to be recently in isolation too, not because of myself, but I was in close contact with somebody.
Oh, I see. So you had to stay in.
So I had to stay in for...
ages.
Felt like a long period of time.
And she sent you something nice?
Yeah, she did.
What's your favourite cake?
My favourite cake? Carrot cake.
Oh, I love carrot cake.
It's just so good.
It's just the best, isn't it? Right now, mid-morning. I love walnut cake too. Do you think it's harder for women to travel to play professional sport than men to travel and play professional sport? Do you find it's a demanding thing to do? I was only on the men's tour, obviously, and we tended to go out a lot when we had like a normal world. We all, there was quite a lot of socializing. Do you have a sort of a view on that? What are the demands, I think, is what I'm asking, of being a woman on tour?
it's different. I definitely see that it's a lot more friendly, I would say, on the men's tour. I think, it's really difficult. We're in an individual sport, and, yes, you have your friends, and I'm friendly with, quite a few players. But I think, it's a difficult one, isn't it? You're not friendly with everyone.
I think what I'm saying is, and I hope people don't think that was implies any sort of a sexism at all, but I just know what it was like to be on the men's tour. We were quite social, and I think we shared quite a lot. Probably me a little bit less than others, and I just wondered what it was like on the women's tour to travel the world as an individual sport. Brutal environment. Do you share a lot? Is it a sign of weakness to share with others? Your innermost feelings, because it's something that you're doing 35 or 40 weeks of the year. I mean,
ultimately you're competing against these people,
and difficult.
It's just a weird kind of thing. But at the same time, I think it's really important to share things, and you know who your close friends are, and you share that with them. You might not share it with everybody, because you don't feel comfortable to do so. But I think that's in any life, not just in sport,
That's true.
I'm not going to share my entire life with people that I'm not that friendly with, so why would I do that?
And if you're having dinner with somebody the night before in a faraway place, and the next day or 2 days later or next week in another faraway place, you have to compete against them, it's just very, very difficult to do. I always felt like I was giving away a little bit of myself if I was going to have to then go and try and beat somebody up on the court the next day. I found that quite a demanding thing to do. And it was only afterwards that I really got close to some people. I just wondered if it was the same.
I think I'm quite good at compartmentalizing things and kind of separating things. And at the end of the day, I'm a tennis player who is competing and working, and you have to separate that when, I've played many of my friends on the tour, and, it is difficult, it's different, but I don't think it's a bad thing to be friendly with people. I think depends, what you're like and whatever. I think, you can separate those things and still be friends with a lot of people. I think that's the main thing.
No, thanks for indulging the question, because it often intrigues me, because I think life on the road is hard. And
it's lonely, and I think it can be very lonely. But again, I think I spend a lot of time with my coach, so you have to have such a good relationship with them because you travel so much with them. And equally, I see, a lot of my friends are on the tour also, so it's nice to hang out with them too.
And what about social life at home? How do you miss that when you're on the road? It's the life of a professional traveling sportswoman. That is the nature of it. Do you miss socializing at home? Is that something that you understand at this time of your life you're prepared to put on the back burner and wait, or how do you balance things?
Well, certainly at the moment during this time, I think everyone's social life has drastically changed, and we've all become accustomed to a Zoom call or a Zoom quiz or a Zoom bake.
A Zoom bake?
Yeah, I'm doing a Zoom bake session on Sunday. Very
excited. Are people sending
So we'll have a recipe, we'll do it over Zoom, and then we present, and then someone will be judging, so it gets competitive.
Seriously? How many people are involved in this? Who organised this?
There's about 10 of us, some of my friends,
That's
non-tennis.
Awesome. Now, do you have to go and get your own ingredients? It's not a company that sends this stuff out.
We get our own ingredients.
You get your own ingredients, and then you all sort of and then you all bake, and then there's a judge.
Yeah.
How bored are you?
But no, I always think, people
fun.
always say, I miss it. As a tennis player, you miss a lot of things in terms of your social life, or say you missed university, or you miss that kind of experience. But at the same time, it's a choice. It's a choice that you make, isn't it? What you want to do with your life. And I'm very happy with my choice. And I think I have so much, after my tennis career to kind of do as such. And, I still have what I would call a good social life.
You're still a party animal.
Well, not quite. I never understand people. I don't know how people do it. Like go out every weekend or something. When my friends were at university, I really, I have, I don't really drink or anything. Maybe a couple of glasses here or there. But if I do, it takes me like 3 days to recover. I don't know how people do it.
Yeah,
really don't.
What it takes is it takes a lifetime of practice. And the quicker you finish this tennis nonsense, the quicker you can sort of, start, hitting the party trail nice and hard, Harriet. Don't worry. Favourite binge watch?
Well, I've just finished Bridgerton.
Oh, you finished Bridgerton. Everybody's talking about Bridgerton. Is this something that, a bloke like me is going to like? Did your father,
My dad did not watch it.
No.
However, my sister and my mum both watched it.
So it's a girl thing?
No, I wouldn't quite say that. But I think
it's a chick thing.
It's a lot of people have been watching it. I think it's the fastest ever Netflix.
You can't get away from it, and the newspapers are full of it as well.
Yeah.
Am I to venture into that world with my wife?
I think you should watch it.
Okay.
One of my friends is actually in it.
Oh, brilliant.
Bessie Carter.
Oh, superb. Well, in that case, personal thing. She's doing very well.
Yeah.
Did you watch The Queen's Gambit?
Yes.
That's good,
I got
isn't
into
it?
chess after.
How
been
long
trying
did
to play
that
my
last?
dad. Not long, but not long because I need to get better at chess.
Yeah.
But I loved it. I mean, it's amazing.
Superb, wasn't it? Have you watched Homeland?
Yep.
How ridiculous!
I've watched a lot of shows. Traveling, you have a lot of downtime with tennis. I don't think people realise some of the downtime.
Homeland, 96 episodes, and you've watched it. I'm on 90. I'm on number 90. We're so excited. It's just utterly brilliant, isn't it?
Do you know, I don't think I finished all of it, but I'm pretty close.
You're pretty close to it. Okay,
I've watched a lot of different series.
Now you're young. I'm old. Did you never watch The Sopranos? Did you?
No.
Please. 84 episodes, even better than Homeland. Promise me no, don't promise me anything, but...
Is it on Netflix? Or is it on Prime?
Yeah, I think so. It's kind of everywhere now.
Okay.
But it's from the old days.
Okay,
so have a look at The Sopranos.
From the old days.
Yeah, that's from the old days. I don't think I have anything else to sort of talk to you about, really. I just want to wish you the very best of luck.
Thank you.
And, this is a kind of a weird time to be, building a career as you have and sort of still improving. So it's a bit mad at the moment. But you seem okay. You seem happy.
Yeah, I think it's important to remember that the most important thing, especially during this period, is for yourself to be healthy, for your family to be healthy, and kind of go from there. And hopefully I'll be injury free and ready to go in March.
And when all this is over, and hopefully it's not too long, and we've all we all come out of this. Am I actually going to get a shot at you over a set or two, or are you just indulging me?
No, why not? We can make it happen.
I think I'm going to lose 6-3, 6-2.
Already predicting the score. Pressure's on.
Take care of yourself. It's lovely to talk to you.
Thank you for having me.